We are toasting the Dallas Mavericks for defeating Miami and you know who. Thank God. Even Ohio Governor John Kasich declared the Mavericks honorary Ohioans. There he is. There he is, the role model and hero to a few dozen. The NBA champion Dallas Mavericks back in Texas today. It's the first NBA championship title for Dallas. It confirmed that a victory parade will be held this Thursday morning in Dallas, but the precise route and other details aren't going to be announced. And the mayor of Dallas said that the city is in a budget crunch right now, but they still plan a parade. And Cuban repeated Monday that he will personally pay for the celebration. Boy, did he pay for the celebration in Miami at the Hotel Fontainebleau. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But a full-page ad that ran in yesterday's edition of the Miami Herald read, "Congratulations, Miami," next to photos of Heat championship T-shirts and hats. There it is, from Macy's. Boy, that looks makes Macy's look good, Gino.
Yeah, and that's the thing I don't understand. I was talking with Andre about this yesterday. If Miami would have won, that would have only been to tie the series. So why would they be, releasing the Miami Heat championship stuff when they still had one more game to go on Tuesday if they were to win? I don't know, maybe they were trying to, get the people to come out at a discounted rate before they send all the shirts and hats overseas. I'm not sure.
Well, is that, it's got to be the editor or it's got to be the design. We don't know the newspaper business, but what, the page designer or whatever? I mean, what an oversight. Anyway, the one T-shirt reads Heat 2011 NBA Finals champions, and the ad shows, which we just showed you, the Heat's logo on a hat with the words NBA champions. The ad ran under a story about the Heat's loss. The newspaper has issued a correction and apologized for any inconvenience. The only inconvenience that makes them look like idiots, as well as Macy's. A spokeswoman for Macy's called it an unfortunate error and apologized to Heat fans. One that should be apologizing is you-know-who. Used to wear a Cavaliers jersey where he was admonished as the king. He was elevated to a plateau above all others, including a sign right across from the Q. Unbelievable. And how about Steve Kerr? Steve Kerr, the former championship guard of the Chicago Bulls when Michael was there, said that LeBron is not Michael. LeBron is actually Scotty. James averaged 26.7 points per game in the regular season, but just 17.8 points in the finals. That's the largest discrepancy in history. Scored just 18 points combined. This stat really kills me. This stat is just... He scored just 18 points combined in the fourth quarter during the finals. If I didn't see it and watch it and know it, I would think I'm dreaming or something.
Yeah, and that's the, I don't want to say amazing thing, but, a lot of people thought after what he did in the first couple of series, Eastern Conference Finals against Chicago, that he was going to come in and own the finals. And, he really went away. And, Chris Bosh, the guy that was probably bashed, more than any of the big three, really shined under the pressure of the spotlight in the finals.
Yes, I agree. Now, Dallas owner Mark Cuban spent $110,000 in just 4 hours celebrating the victory at Miami's Hotel Fontainebleau after his Mavericks beat the Heat to take the championship. He spent most of it on a huge gold-colored $90,000 bottle of Ace of Spades champagne. It was carried in by 2 men. And for the players, and after partying with the trophy until 5 in the morning local time and taking in a performance of Lil Wayne, Cuban left a $20,000 tip for the staff there. And he said, worth every penny of it. How much do you think LeBron James would have left if they'd have won? How much of a tip do you think he'd have left? He's got that reputation, you know. But he's an idol. He's a role model to all dozen of you. What have you got to say for yourselves right now? What are you apologists and weak-minded idiots that adore him and love him? What do you got to say for yourselves now? And your hero, your role model, your idol. And how about this? What is this world coming to? Eric Dampier of the Miami Heat actually showed up at the Fontainebleau and celebrated with the Mavericks team. If I were Pat Riley, I'd tar and feather him, cast him adrift onto the Atlantic, and send him on his way. What in heaven's name is this world coming to?
Yeah, when I started to hear those rumors yesterday, I was thinking the same thing. How can he be that dumb? I mean, to go out and party. I know he has history with Dallas, played for them 6-7 years before, and this was his first year with Miami after leaving Dallas, but still, you know, you just finished a NBA Finals, 6 games where you were favored to win, and with them partying in Miami, your hometown now, or your team, when I read that, and then there's talks about Eddie House being there as well, and you know,
I heard there were
Miami
others.
Heat.
I didn't know it was House allegedly one of them.
Yeah, that was one of the other names that started to surface. Obviously, the big three weren't anywhere close to it, but it was all the other players. That,
they were partying somewhere else, I'm sure. Well, I don't know if Wade and Bosch were, but you know who. He couldn't care less. Deshaun Stevenson admitted that beating self-proclaimed king LeBron James, I like that self-proclaimed, made the Dallas championship even sweeter. Stevenson was quoted as saying, makes me feel good. Makes me feel good, man, to beat them, to beat the Miami team. The way they act, the way they treated Dirk Nowitzki, all the things they said were very classless. To win on the court the way we did it, it was wonderful. And of course, he's referring of them mocking. Wade and James were mocking Nowitzki with the coughing and the clearing of the throat. And I wonder how they would have performed playing in an NBA Finals with a 101-degree fever. It's just mind-boggling that Nowitzki was able to self-motivate himself to get out there and with 101 fever for an adult. I mean, that's pretty serious business, man.
Yeah, you know, usually anything over 100, you're onto the hospital, onto the doctor's office to get medication and things like that to lower your temperature. He's only out there making huge shots and having a fantastic NBA Finals performance.
And they're mocking him.
Yep.
Mocking him. Boy, did he ever deserve that MVP for the 6-game triumph. And on the road, I love this too. They won the series on the road in Miami. It only took them 6 games. That's certainly commendable.